Simplified Life. Oh my goodness. We are so excited to be here with you. And we thought it would be fun to just catch up and kind of talk about the start of our season. And we're going to talk about the top 20 and how that is, how those are playing out in our own businesses, which I think is so interesting. But first things first, I am just like, my cup runneth over. I have gotten to spend time with some incredible women so far this season. And I just, you know, I absolutely adore downtime around the holidays. And that's one of the things I love about this business is that I can choose to just kind of spend time with my family, do all the things. And yet, when I get back out and I get with my people, then it's like, ah, yes. How about you, Amy?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, is that even a question? Like we do this. I mean, I tell my clients all the time, I know you think I'm just here buying a shirt, but this is my girls' night out, baby. Like I love my very intentional time with women. And I think you and I both kind of live lives that if we did not do cabbie, it would be really easy to be very secluded and introverted and just doing our thing. And I tell my ladies all the time that I didn't know how badly I needed women in my life. I mean, I was from a family of 5 girls. And then I married into an all dominant 7 boy family. And I live in his town, which was my grandparents' town. So thankfully I had a little of my own family, but um, I didn't really realize how desperately I needed my own women in my life. And I don't know how I would have gotten that if it weren't for 20 years doing this business. And, now even Breely is the benefactor of my cabbie business because she, through working with me the last 2 years at my cabbie shows, has now met the daughters of my hostesses. And she just came back from a birthday party on Saturday that's an hour drive from us with those girls. So, yes, like hands down, I have the most incredible women in my life, not
Mhm.
only
So
through
many
cabbie
blessings.
shows and cabbie hostesses, but within the cabbie community itself. And it's just absolutely. I love my cabbie shows. In fact, when people ever, if they ever call and want to reschedule, I'm like, are you sure? Like, because I can just come hang out. Like, we have no idea. Like, I'm willing to drive an hour, take the time to set everything up. Even if one person shows up, we are going to have a dang good time because I know that I need it and I know they probably do too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the people that are supposed to be there will be there. And I think and speaking to that, there's been a couple shows that I've had that maybe have had two people, but then this huge relationship and it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
God puts the people in our lives that are supposed to be in our lives. So
There are no
I love it.
coincidences,
There
like
really are.
I have to intervene on this really quick because you just triggered me. Like what Breely was at this birthday party, and although it was being held by my hostess and her daughter, it was a birthday party for the kids. So it was not about me. It was not about Cabby. Breely needed to be there. So I dropped her off and I had 3 hours to myself. Um, in a city like an hour away from my home. So I was like, well, I'll go eat at this restaurant. I know I can get a quiet booth. I know I can do this. And I just had this little like, you should stop and drop a lookbook off here and maybe you could go here. So there was one or two women that I thought, I'm just going to drop a book off. And one I hadn't seen in a couple of years. She moved to that town. I just happened to Google her address and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like literally in the neighborhood. And the book was just the reason for me to go. I really just wanted to see her, which seems so backwards because some people are like, you should just go. But then, like, I actually just really wanted to see her and say hello. And so I got to meet her daughter, and they'd actually been in my area. And then the other gal that I stopped in on, she owns a furniture store, and I popped in on her And I legit had some furniture questions that I've never wanted to ask at the cabbie show. So I went to her workplace, right? And we had a crazy conversation. I had no idea that she had MS. My husband has had that forever, like for 20, since he was 28. I just think that people really come into your life on purpose. And those little God nudges are really important to listen to. And I don't know what either one of those things will lead to for my business. What I do know is that those women were important to me, and I hope that I left there and they knew that. Like it it might have looked like a business call, but I did it in reverse. I really just wanted to see them and use the lookbook as an excuse to stop by, because otherwise I'd be like, "Hey, like, I'm here." And I don't like to do that to people, and also I get to say, "Here's a book. I'm not gonna keep your time." So
Mhm.
it was like a really good reason for me to check in on 2 women I hadn't seen in a long time. And I just hope they felt a little bit loved and thought of that day. I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to tell you that, but I do think that nobody comes into your life by accident and it's all on purpose. And I think sometimes it's up to us to find a way to just make those little nudges come to life. So,
Yeah. And I think that we have to listen to those because every time I've listened to those, there's been a real reason that I needed to listen to it. And so then I think back to the times where I've been like, oh, no, I don't want to bother her, or oh, I'm not going to do that. And I think about what I missed out on. And yeah, we've got to listen to those and just act on them. And most of the time when I get one of those and maybe I call somebody, I'll just be like, oh my gosh, you've been on my mind. How are you doing? And the majority of the time, there's these huge things happening in their lives that they could really use a shoulder about. And I would have never known if I didn't just step out and call. So
well, I think that's
listen to
one of
me.
the misconceptions about this business, right? People, I think sometimes they have this misconception that when they get a lookbook in the mail or if we send them an invite that it's, oh, we're interested in them because maybe they'll like this sweater, which
Yeah.
might also be true too. I do think that two things can be true at the same time. For me, though, it's often that I think of the woman first, and then I'm like, oh, I should send her a book. So
Yeah.
she actually comes to my mind, and it just happens to be that Cabby's the common denominator of how I met her or how I stay in touch with her, but it doesn't lessen from the relationship that I feel for her or the way that I care for her. It's just kind of that stepping stone of like you say, reaching out, because otherwise sometimes I hold myself back and I don't want her to think I'm just calling and then later I'm going to throw a cabbie on her, or whatever. So we all have these kind of insecurities of how we handle ourselves and how we handle our relationships. But genuinely, like, I had another call today of just a cute gal. I sent her a thank you card and she sent me a text and was like, "Hey, thank you. And by the way, I've been looking into the homeschool program that you said you used for your daughter." And I just picked the phone right up and called her. And we were on the phone for an hour before now. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for talking me through this." And I'm like, some things texts just don't cover, So I think it goes both ways. And I just think sometimes it takes us, because we're in the position to do so, to be the one that reaches out. I don't care if somebody takes a break from hosting a cabbie show. Sure, I'm disappointed, but it's not because I'm disappointed that they're not going to host. It's because I'm disappointed. I know that that's my set time that I get to see them.
Yeah.
But I totally understand. Like, family in my book is always first. And if I can rearrange the date, I want to, because I want to see them and I want to see the people that come. Like, I build
Mhm.
friendships with their guests as much as them. So
Yeah.
um,
100%. Yes, I know. so I've been going to Colorado for several years, and for a couple of years, one of my hostesses, who's become a dear friend, was a stylist, and so then I didn't go to Colorado for a few seasons, and I missed my people so badly that um, I was glad. I mean, I wasn't glad that she decided that, hey, I'm going to focus on some other things right now, but I was really glad to see my people again because it's like, oh, it's kind of a reunion.
Yeah. That's one thing I've decided, no matter what, like I love women coming into the business. But I just want to keep a footprint wherever I've had business because those women are just amazing. And I know I'm in this for I'm playing the long game with Cabby. This is what I love. I can actually make better money per hour doing Cabby shows than I could being locked down to a 9 to 5. And so to me, not only what do I make per hour is a benefit, but I like to add my free time into that and the things that I can do and accomplish that I wouldn't be able to do because I have been locked down to those 9 to 5. So, I love that you got to go back, but I think it's kind of one thing I learned too, because I drive pretty far and I have driven, like I don't get to go to Oregon every season. So I totally know what you're saying. Um, but I don't ever want to not go to Oregon, and I'm trying to go there at least once a year. If I can go every 6 months, it's even better. Just because I get to spend time with my girlfriend and her family, and it's just a great excuse and a tax write-off to travel, So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
why
not so
not? Okay, so we are about almost 2 months into the season, a month and a half into the season, and Cabby has released our top 20
I
so
know.
far. And it didn't come as any surprise for me, the top ones, because there's many of these that I was like, oh yeah, obviously that's one of mine. But the number one piece right now is the Ashbury jean.
And I've been wearing them in some of our videos, so
Yes.
they
And
are
I've been
good.
selling the heck out of them. And they are the it silhouette of the season. So
Well, and I
um
think the one thing that people are noticing, because we have had our 100% boyfriends of the past, the cotton lyocell blend makes these like buttery soft for cotton. They don't feel stiff. And I think that it's an incredible blend. Would you agree?
and they're not heavy. That's the other thing that my gals are loving. They're not like a heavy denim jean. You can wear them even when it gets warmer.
Yeah. And then number two, speaking of soft, is our
Mm.
No Doubt pullover. So if you guys are not familiar with the names, it's our little V-neck cardigan, not a cardigan, it's a pullover, but it feels like cashmere. It is very lightweight, so it's not hot. It is just butter on the body, and it's slim
Mhm.
fit, so it goes great with those those big flowy baggy jeans because it's a little more slim fit, a little more structured, so your proportions don't get out of whack.
Yeah,
It's
it's lovely. I
number
saw that and I
three
was like,
was
yep, that's totally ringing true in my business because and it's something that people miss if they just look at the catalog. They miss it because it's a black V-neck sweater. And so unless you get to feel it, then you don't really know. And then when you put it on your body, you never want to take it off. It's
which is a
amazing.
plug for the shows, you guys. There is, yes, we know that you can use Cabby Tap and you can shop hassle-free all day long. However, there is a reason and a purpose for the shows, and we miss you when you're not there. You are missing out on a huge service just to make online shopping better. If that's your way, come try on, get one piece, support that hostess, and then shop all you want. But at least touch,
Mhm.
feel, let us size you because those Ashbury jeans, depending on your body type, are running big. Some people think they're running just true to size. It really depends on your body type. So let us help you. The number three was a shock to me because it started selling at my early shows that I did. And I was like, what? This is the one that everyone's ordering? Like, I loved it, but I don't love pullovers myself. I love a cardigan and a jacket. So I actually kind of bypassed this. Let me tell you, it has been flying at every show. Rebecca, do you want to reveal it?
It's the Ringmaster.
Yep. So it's our red and white, very lightweight sweater with a cowl neck and a little drawstring. It is amazing. It's slimmer fit, so it's not oversized. It's gonna have a nice little easy fit though, so it's not like gripping your figure. And it hits at mid hip. So it's just, you can front tuck it. It's great for the transitional weather. It's awesome.
Yeah.
What's next?
Number 4 is the Harlow, and that is so reminiscent of our old, much loved slim boyfriend that we had for years and years. And my gals are all over it.
And it's a big, big signal to our design team that we need spandex in our pants, ladies. Now, the Ashbury is different because they're a wide leg, right? But a lot of us are menopausal women. And I go up and down 5 to 10 pounds easily. And I need that spandex. I want the spandex. I need the spandex. So glad that those boyfriends have some stretch back in them. I'm not even
Mhm.
surprised that they are flying off the shelves.
No, absolutely not.
Speaking of stretch, is it my
It's
turn?
the Palm Beach.
Yep, our Gutsy Super Stretch white button fly crop, white on white. So our buttons are white. You don't have to worry about matching your belt or your jewelry, but if you've bought the silhouette, it has not changed. It's amazing.
It is. And this one is it's been a little bit slower on mine, but I think it's just because it's winter and people are having a hard time thinking about white and crop and all the things. So I foresee my gals totally jumping on the Palm Beach bandwagon here very soon. Especially it's like today, it's 70 degrees here. Way too warm for February, but really quite lovely if I'm being
Give it
honest.
4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be 16.
All
Ah,
right, well, number 6, we are talking textiles and stretch, and there is nothing better and softer on our collection than our headline topper. This
mhm.
beautiful baby has the double-breasted detailing, but Rebecca, tell them how soft it is.
Oh, I can't even fully put into words how soft. If you love our Serenity tees because they're so soft and wonderful on your body, this is like a Serenity tee times 100. I've truly not ever experienced anything quite so soft. And it's one of those pieces at the shows that people just like pet it. They just have to have their hands on it because it
Yeah, and it's
feels
not even faux
so
fur.
good.
It is like,
Mm-mm.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
And it's got a double zip, so it's just a fantastic piece.
Okay, our cheeky pant comes in at number 7, and this is our Ponte knit from our leggings that we've always had. But guess what, ladies? The camel gets to stay in the desert because these are high-waisted with kangaroo pockets and a flare leg. So there's pockets in the back, pockets in the front. They do not look like leggings at all, but they're the same gutsy, yummy fabrication. Dress
Yeah,
up, dress down.
so easy. So easy to dress up, dress down. It's got a 26-inch inseam, so some of you that are a little bit shorter or have a shorter inseam, they may be a full length and they still look fantastic. They've just looked great on everybody.
Yeah. I will say I feel like they're running a little bit slimmer than normal for
Mhm.
our because like sometimes, not right now, but sometimes I can teeter in between an extra small and a small, and there was no way. So these are
Mhm.
running very true. So I wouldn't say slimmer, but they are very, very true. So if you are in between sizes, let's say a small to a medium, I would say get the mediums. Rebecca, are you on that same page where normally if we,
Yeah, and depending on your body type and how
yes,
you like your clothes
especially
to
if you
fit,
have a
you
mom.
may find that you want to size up one. It just, I mean, it's not necessary, but I'm one that does not like things to be real tight to my bootay. And so yeah, we'll just leave that there.
All right.
Okay, number 8, I think we're at, is something truly genius that we have been known for several different seasons. Our design team has got the most fantastic jumpsuit, and this season it's in my favorite classic navy in just this scrumptious fabrication. And it's kind of got a dressier type feel to it just because of the fabrication. And yet you could wear it so casual or dress it up with a blazer.
And my favorite part is that there's a cap sleeve. I know we love our
Mhm.
sleeveless pieces, ladies, but it's if you don't like your arms completely bare because you're always feeling like you have to fully cover, a cap sleeve is just nice. It makes it work appropriate. You can dress it up for the office. You could, it's a
Mhm.
really great transitional piece. And the fact that there's a cap sleeve, I think it makes it even more wearable no matter your environment that you're going to. So it's
Yep.
just amazing. Okay, number 9. Now, this doesn't surprise me fully because a couple of seasons ago, we had a sweater very similar in the silhouette in navy blue, but the bottom of it was asymmetrical, but the cabling details went across and it had a boat neck. And this one is the Tranquil pullover. This is slim to the body. It does have the cabling details go horizontally, which makes for a great drop sleeve. And the boat neck is not super wide. So it's like a higher kind of wider neck here, but if you're narrow in the shoulders, it's not going to fall off. It's just amazing, and it's got kind of oatmeal specs. It's a medium hand sweater, so it's not as lightweight as the No Doubt and the Ringmaster, but it's still not a really heavy sweater. It's just yummy, right?
Yeah, and a lot of our marketing materials show that dropped off the shoulder. And so a lot of my gals have been like, I don't know if that's for me. And then they put it on and they're like, whoa, this fits really nice and close up here, closer than they expected. And so truly, if you want that drop off the shoulder look, you're going to need to size up.
Yes.
Unless you've just got extremely narrow shoulders, but even then you're going to need to size up.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
rounding up the top 10 is our printed cherish blouse. So this is just in those really, really delightful colors that are a little bit unexpected for spring. It's got that muted caramel and kind of the muted icy blue that I've got here. It's just really sweet and feminine and yet not over the top girly, which I love. It is fantastic for short torsoed women or petites because it has a shorter length. Now, it's also fantastic for those of us that love the high waist jeans. So it's like we were talking earlier, it's about proportions. And so a lot of my ladies are so frustrated that some of the really cute tops that they love are shorter. Well, that's intentional because as the rises of the bottoms increase, then to balance out the proportions and keep things looking correct, you've got to have a shorter top.
However, this is a great plug for our 7 colorways of our V-neck camis because they work great for extenders and they blend right in and they're all different colors so you can really jazz the look up and still have that coverage and not feel like you raise your hand, your skin's showing. So this is a great season to update your camis in your closet. And I think with our time, we'll just go through and tell you the remaining 10, and then we'll drop the pictures in the screen. So when I edit this, I'm going to go ahead and put the pictures of our top 20 here for you so you can see it. But the next 10 are just as amazing. I just think some of them looks like they're for a little bit warmer weather, and some are unexpected favorites. So you want to go 11, I'll do
So,
12, 13, 14.
yes, the executive jacket is number 11.
And number 12 is the Kickback Kick Flare in Cherry Red.
13 is the caramel cruise crop.
Yes, that one was a surprise for me, but immediately women loved it. Okay, this one is not a surprise. If you guys do not have this in your favorites, I'm surprised this isn't in the top 10. It's our tread
Mhm.
belt. This is like the best. I love it.
It is so unique. You really, yeah, you're right, Amy. Okay, I don't know what number we're at.
15.
Everyday jacket is next. And
Yep.
it's that great white denim.
Okay, and number 16 is true to our muted luxe trend because it's a silky touch fabric. It is our tropical top. Now this has got the new neutrals of the blue and then that sienna color of the cruise crop. So you've got a little
Yeah,
outfit in the top 10, top 20.
it's been one of my favorites. And then Barbie pink or bubblegum pink, whichever you'd like to think of it as, one of Amy's absolute favorite colors that she looks stunning in. It's our V-neck knockout pullover.
Yep, and then our heart of cabbie piece comes in at 18, our besotted top. It's a silky touch fabrication, silhouette we know and love. It's amazing.
Yeah. And 19 is the printed essential top, which is no surprise. We had it in white and black, and they were always top sellers. So this is the navy print, and you gals are loving it.
And then last but not least, it should not be a shocker after 29 colorways, but the Serenity Tee is still in our top 20, which is why we keep coming back with it. And you know, I think it's a testament to our design team listening to the needs of our clients, because as stylists, sometimes our gut reaction is like, oh my gosh, you know? However, I remember that there are new cabbie virgins at every show that have never seen a Serenity Tee. And it is one of the best pieces that introduces people into the textiles, the touch, the way things wash and wear with cabbie, and it's amazing. But I am going to give a little plug to the two sweaters we are wearing, because I'm actually shocked that these two sweaters are not in the top 20. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the top 20 by the end of the season. I'm wearing our little garden party cardigan, and Rebecca is wearing our little blue note cardigan. And these two have been selling really a lot for me as well. What about you?
I agree. I agree. Everybody is here for the lovely, bright spring colors and
And
just
a little
a
more
new
structure.
version of a neutral.
Yes, and a little more structure. Rebecca
Mhm.
was talking earlier about some of the shorter silhouettes. You know, go in your closet if you need something oversized, because cabbie really, you know, the skinny jeans and the leggings hung around for so long that a lot of our pieces are oversized, and they will pair back beautifully layered under some of these more structured cardigans, give you a little more length if you don't want to do a V-neck cami. But you guys, play in your closets. It is amazing what our design team continues to do season after season, year after year, and how marrying, well, excuse me, I just had a little water there. How marrying some of these vintage pieces into our current season just gives life to your closet. I can honestly say my closet is not boring at all.
Mhm.
And there are pieces in my closet that I've bought in the last 5 years that I would have never bought 20 years ago. And things that I was only buying 20 years ago, I'm not buying just them anymore, but they all merge so well. And it's been a fun style evolution for myself, along with watching my clients have some of the same style evolutions for them. Like some are print mixing now that never print mixed before, and some are trying florals that didn't love florals before. So I just think we are so blessed
Yeah,
to
we are.
to do this and to come together each week. So we hope that you guys enjoy these little conversations. Rebecca and I could go on and on and on. So we hope that you have stuck it out to the end. And if you will tune back every single Friday, we will be here with you. And I mean, just like coming to the cabbie shows, we get as much joy out of it as we hope you do. So stay stylish and enjoy the spring weather.
We'll see you next week.